Minister Nima Siripala de Silva says both local and foreign forces have queued up to disrupt the government's programs. The minister expressed this view while addressing a Bala Mandala meeting of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party in Angunakola Palace yesterday.
Janata Vimukti Paramungat LTT Sanvidhane එකතු වෙලා ඉන්නේ. මොකද තමුන්නාසලා දකින්න ඇති.
Now the Janata Vimukti Peramuna has joined the LTTE. You would have seen recently that JP newspapers had called for the lists of youth who went missing in the north. Who are they speaking on behalf of? Are they speaking for patriotism or terrorism? The JVP has gotten its tail entangled. So they need to understand this situation. Many local and foreign powers have queued up to disrupt the program that President Mahinda Rajapaksa and the government is carrying out.
In more local news, the Foreign Employment Bureau states that they hope to provide job opportunities in South Korea to over 5,000 Sri Lankans this year.
Chairman of the Bureau, Kingsley Ranawaka, speaking to News First, stated that more than 3,000 individuals were presented with job opportunities in South Korea in the last 6 months. He noted that they are working towards increasing the number of job opportunities available to Sri Lankans in South Korea next year. Ranawaka added that once the new agreements on job opportunities are signed between the two countries, they will be able to train and send more Sri Lankans to South Korea on employment.
The Joint Railway Trade Union Alliance says that there is a shortage of around 4,000 employees at the Department of Railways.
Convener of the alliance, Sampath Rajitha, speaking to News First, said that officials have not taken steps to fill these vacancies over a number of years. He went on to state that as a result of this, a large number of employees are used to overtime work and that the department incurs a large daily expenditure owing to this. When we spoke to the General Manager of Railways, B.A.B. Ari Ratna, in this regard, he confirmed that such vacancies do exist. He, however, stated that these vacancies were not filled for a number of reasons. The General Manager, while adding that a program has been put in place to rectify this situation, noted that it is not a problem that can be resolved instantly.
Minister of Agriculture Mahinda Abewardena says that certain quarters are attempting to create divisions among countries with the sole objective of obtaining fuel resources. The minister made this comment at a function held at the National Zoological Gardens this morning.
The function was held to open a food stall at the National Zoological Gardens. The National Food Promotion Board at the Ministry of Agriculture has launched this project. You are aware that the country had to face a war. We were able to stop the war. However, the war is not yet over. It has spread to other countries in the world. There are divisions amongst some of these countries. Sudan was divided into two recently. Hence, you could witness issues such as this plague the world. They wanted to divide our country as well. However, we were fortunate that we did not possess oil resources. Hence, it did not affect us. If we possessed oil, we would have been broken into 4 to 5 pieces and there may have been divisions amongst the people.
Making headlines in the international arena, protesters from the February 20th movement marched through the streets of Rabat, Morocco, saying they rejected the result of a referendum that overwhelmingly backed constitutional changes offered by King Mohammed to placate Arab Spring activists.
Preliminary results of Friday's poll showed 98.5% of voters approved the text on turnout, officials estimated at 73%. Opposition said the turnout figure looked inflated and alleged irregularities in voting procedures. The new charter explicitly grants the government executive powers but retains the king at the helm of the army, religious authorities and the judiciary, and still allows him to dissolve parliament, though not unilaterally as is the case now. But the constitution changes fell far short of the demands of the February 20th protest movement, which wants a parliamentary monarchy where the king's powers would be kept in check by elected lawmakers. One of the leaders of the February 20th protesters said the movement was not convinced by the vote. The movement so far has not attracted the mass support of popular uprisings that toppled the leaders of Tunisia and Egypt. It urged Moroccans to boycott the vote and said a low turnout would back their calls for more radical reforms.
Also in international news, Prince William and Catherine Middleton, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, arrived in Prince Edward Island yesterday, the most easterly point of their Canadian tour.
The trip is designed in part to broaden bonds between the monarchy and Canadians, whose head of state is Queen Elizabeth. Prince Edward Island is known as the home of Anne of Green Gables, a fictional character said to be a favourite of the Duchess. The official welcome to Prince Edward Island is today, and Clarence House said the Canadian government expects their visit may be a focal point for many well-wishers from across the Maritime provinces. Today, Prince William, a search and rescue helicopter pilot in Wales, will co-pilot a Sea King helicopter, making a training emergency landing on water in Prince Edward Island. A dragon boat race is scheduled for later, with the husband and wife steering opposing teams. The couple will tour 7 cities in 4 provinces and 1 territory before heading to California on the 8th of July.
Moving on to some action from the world of sports now. Sri Lankan cricketer Dinesh Chandimal said that he is very happy to have been able to score 100 at Lord's. Meanwhile, England one-day cricket captain Alastair Cook also expressed his views following the conclusion of the third one-day international in the 5-match series between England and Sri Lanka.
Very happy because very historical ground, Lord's, and that's it. Firstly, I thank to my captain and teammates and supporting staff. They give us support me, and thank you very much for my team members.
We will review this game, review where we think we can get better, but quite simply, you know, we haven't fired, our batting line haven't fired to score enough runs in the last 2 games. We did it well at the Oval, and you know, if we want to win games of cricket, we're going to have to fire more consistently.
Now, Sri Lanka will take on Northern Ireland in the 11th Netball World Championship at 1 p.m. Sri Lanka time. Incidentally, Botswana won the first match of the tournament, which is currently underway in Singapore.
The 11th World Netball Championship got underway in Singapore yesterday with a participation of 17 countries. The tournament, which is held every 4 years, was last won by New Zealand. Australia are currently second in the rankings, followed by England, who are currently occupying the 3rd rank. Sri Lanka is currently ranked 18th. Sri Lanka are competing in Group A in this year's tournament along with Northern Ireland and Samoa. The first match of the tournament was played between hosts Singapore and Botswana. At the end of the first quarter,